Most relationships do not fail because of hate. They fail because of misunderstanding, ego, and wrong expectations. People enter relationships hoping the other person will complete them. They want constant attention. They want emotional security without learning emotional control. They want love, but they do not prepare themselves to give it. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, never wrote a love manual, yet his thoughts explain relationships better than many modern books. This video is not about blaming men or women. It is about understanding why relationships break and how ancient wisdom can help fix them. Let us begin with a hard truth. Most people do not love others. They love how others make them feel. When that feeling changes, love disappears. Marcus Aurelius said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." This single idea explains the root of relationship failure. People suffer not because their partner changed, but because their expectations were unrealistic. 1. Expectations are the first destroyer. Most relationships start with fantasy. In the beginning, everything feels perfect. Every message feels exciting. Every flaw looks cute. Every silence feels peaceful. But fantasy is not reality. Over time, the real human appears. They get tired. They get stressed. They fail sometimes. They disappoint. And then frustration begins. Marcus Aurelius warned against this kind of thinking. He believed suffering comes from expecting people to be other than what they are. He wrote, "Do not expect Plato's Republic. Be content with even the smallest step forward." Applied to relationships, this means, do not expect perfection. Do not expect constant happiness. Do not expect someone to behave exactly as you want. Your partner is a human being, not a dream character. When expectations are too high, disappointment is guaranteed. Most breakups happen not because love ended, but because expectations were never realistic. 2. People try to control what they cannot. Another major reason relationships fail is control. People try to control emotions. They try to control behavior. They try to control loyalty. They try to control the future. Marcus Aurelius made a clear distinction between two things: what is in your control and what is not. Your thoughts are in your control. Your actions are in your control. Your values are in your control. But other people's feelings are not. When you try to control your partner, three things happen. They feel suffocated. You feel anxious. Trust slowly dies. Many people say, "I worry because I care." But often, worry is just fear wearing a mask. Fear of abandonment, fear of being replaced, fear of being alone. Marcus Aurelius would say this fear comes from attaching your peace to something external. He believed that inner calm must never depend on another person. A relationship should add to your life, not become the source of your emotional survival. 3. Emotional dependence kills attraction. This is uncomfortable but important. When one person becomes emotionally dependent on the other, attraction weakens. Why? Because neediness feels like pressure. And pressure destroys freedom. And without freedom, love suffocates. Marcus Aurelius practiced emotional self-sufficiency. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This does not mean becoming cold or distant. It means not making your happiness someone else's responsibility. When you expect your partner to constantly reassure you, to constantly fix your emotions, to constantly make you feel worthy, you are placing a heavy burden on them. Over time, that burden becomes exhausting. Healthy relationships are formed by two whole individuals, not two broken people leaning on each other for survival. 4. Communication fails because people react, not reflect. Most arguments do not start because of the problem. They start because of reaction. Someone feels ignored. Someone feels criticized. Someone feels misunderstood. Instead of reflecting, they react. They raise their voice. They accuse. They defend. They attack. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself to pause. He wrote, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." In relationships, people do the opposite. They are strict with others and tolerant with themselves. They justify their anger. They excuse their harsh words. They blame the partner for making them react. But Stoicism teaches responsibility. Your reaction is always your choice. If you cannot control your tongue, your relationship will pay the price. 5. Ego turns small issues into big wounds. Ego is silent at first. It appears as pride, as the need to be right, as the refusal to apologize. Then it grows. Soon, winning an argument feels more important than understanding your partner. Marcus Aurelius warned against ego-driven behavior. He believed humility was strength, not weakness. In relationships, ego says, "I will not text first." They should apologize. "I am not wrong." Love says, "Peace matters more than pride. Understanding matters more than victory. Connection matters more than ego." Most relationships fail not because problems are unsolvable, but because ego refuses to bend. 6. People confuse love with possession. Love is often misunderstood. People say, "You are mine," when they really mean, "I fear losing you." Possession is rooted in insecurity. Love is rooted in trust. Marcus Aurelius believed nothing truly belongs to us, not even people. He viewed relationships as temporary gifts, not permanent possessions. When you accept that nothing is guaranteed, you stop clinging. You stop fearing loss. You start appreciating presence. Ironically, the less you try to hold tightly, the more stable the relationship becomes. 7. Why most people never fix their relationships. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Fixing a relationship requires fixing yourself first. Most people want their partner to change. Very few are willing to change their own habits, reactions, and mindset. Marcus Aurelius spent his life correcting himself, not others. He kept a journal to confront his weaknesses daily. In relationships, this means learning emotional control, practicing patience, letting go of unrealistic expectations, releasing the need for constant validation. Without inner work, no relationship can survive long-term. To fix a relationship, you must first fix how you think inside it. Marcus Aurelius believed that peace comes from discipline of the mind, not control of others. This idea is powerful for relationships. Most people ask, "How do I change my partner?" Stoicism asks, "How do I change my response?" This shift alone can save a relationship. 8. Trust breaks when people demand certainty. Many relationships fail because people want guarantees. They want guaranteed loyalty, guaranteed attention, guaranteed forever. But life gives no guarantees. Marcus Aurelius accepted uncertainty as a law of nature. He did not fight it. He prepared for it mentally. In relationships, demanding certainty creates pressure. Pressure creates fear. Fear destroys trust. Trust is not built by checking phones, asking questions, or demanding proof. Trust is built by character. When you live with integrity, calm, and self-respect, you attract trust naturally. And when you stop fearing loss, you stop behaving in ways that push people away. 9. Arguments are not the problem. Ego is every relationship has disagreements. This is normal. The problem is how people argue. Most arguments turn into battles. Who is right? Who is wrong? Who wins? Marcus Aurelius never tried to win arguments. He tried to understand truth. He wrote, "If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will gladly change." Imagine using this mindset in a relationship. Instead of defending yourself, you listen. Instead of attacking, you clarify. Instead of proving your point, you seek understanding. Arguments stop being destructive when the goal changes from winning to learning. 10. Silence can be wisdom, not weakness. Many people fear silence in relationships. They think silence means distance. They think silence means loss of interest. They think silence means rejection. So they overtalk, they overtext, they overexplain. Marcus Aurelius valued silence. He believed unnecessary words create unnecessary problems. In relationships, silence can prevent regretful words. Calm emotional storms give space for reflection. Not every emotion needs expression. Not every thought needs sharing. Sometimes peace is maintained by restraint. 11. Love fails when people expect fairness from emotions. This is important. People expect relationships to be fair all the time. They count effort. They count sacrifices. They count who loved more. But emotions are not mathematical. Marcus Aurelius understood that life is not fair. Expecting fairness creates resentment. In relationships, there will be days when one person gives more, one person is weaker, one person needs support. Love survives when people stop keeping score. When you love because it aligns with your values, not because you expect equal return every moment. 12. Jealousy comes from attachment to outcomes. Jealousy is not love, it is fear of loss. Marcus Aurelius warned against attachment to outcomes. When your happiness depends on a specific result, you suffer when reality changes. In relationships, attachment to outcomes looks like fear of cheating, fear of abandonment, fear of replacement. Stoicism teaches focus on character, not control. If you are loyal, honest, and respectful, you have done your part. What happens next is not yours to command. This mindset reduces jealousy and increases calm confidence. 13. People fall out of love when resentment is ignored. Resentment is silent poison. It builds when small issues are ignored, when apologies are missing, when effort feels unrecognized. Marcus Aurelius practiced daily self-examination. He believed problems grow when ignored. In relationships, resentment must be addressed early, calmly, and honestly. Not with blame, not with anger, but with clarity. Ignoring problems does not create peace. It delays explosion. 14. Love requires discipline, not just emotion. Most people think love is a feeling. Marcus Aurelius would disagree. He believed virtue is a practice. Love is patience practiced daily. Love is restraint practiced daily. Love is understanding practiced daily. When emotions fade, discipline remains. That is why mature love lasts longer than passionate beginnings. 15. How Stoicism fixes relationships at the root. Stoicism fixes relationships by fixing the individual. It teaches emotional control over emotional chaos, acceptance over resistance, responsibility over blame, calm over reaction. When one person changes internally, the entire relationship dynamic shifts. You stop chasing, you stop fearing, you stop controlling, and love begins to breathe again. 16. Love without attachment is stronger. Attachment says, I need you to stay the same. Love says, I accept that you may change. Marcus Aurelius believed everything in life is temporary. People, emotions, situations, all pass. When you accept this truth, you stop clinging. You stop panicking over distance. You stop fearing change. You stop forcing permanence. Ironically, relationships become more stable when you stop demanding stability. Because peace attracts, desperation repels. 17. When love ends, dignity must remain. Not all relationships are meant to last forever. This is not failure. It is reality. Marcus Aurelius prepared his mind for loss daily, not with sadness, but with acceptance. He believed suffering comes from refusing reality. When a relationship ends, most people beg chase. Argue seek closure aggressively. Stoicism teaches dignity. You grieve quietly. You reflect honestly. You accept without humiliation. Love lost does not mean self-worth lost. When you maintain dignity, you preserve inner strength. 18. Breakups hurt because identity was attached. Pain after separation often comes from identity loss. People say, I don't know who I am without them. Marcus Aurelius warned against building identity on externals. Your role as a partner is temporary, your character is permanent. When identity is rooted in values, loss hurts less. This is why self-development is not selfish. It is necessary. 19. How to attract healthy love naturally. Chasing love rarely works. Marcus Aurelius never chased approval. He focused on becoming virtuous. Healthy love is attracted by emotional stability, self-respect, calm confidence, purpose-driven life. When you are complete alone, relationships become choices, not needs. Need creates imbalance. Choice creates harmony. 20. Stoic love is not cold, it is conscious. Many misunderstand Stoicism. They think it means suppressing emotions. Marcus Aurelius felt deeply, but he did not let emotions rule him. Stoic love is warm but grounded, caring but not desperate, present but not possessive. It allows love to flow without fear. 21. The ultimate reason relationships fail. Here is the final truth. Relationships fail when people seek happiness in others instead of building it within. Marcus Aurelius believed happiness comes from living in harmony with reason and virtue. When two people bring inner peace into a relationship, love becomes stable. When two people bring emotional chaos, love becomes conflict. 22. How to fix your relationship starting today. You do not fix relationships with words, you fix them with behavior. Start by lowering expectations, controlling reactions, practicing patience, releasing fear, letting go of ego. When you change, the relationship changes. And if it still ends, you walk away, wiser, calmer, and intact. Marcus Aurelius never promised eternal love. He promised inner peace, and with inner peace, relationships either grow naturally or end without destroying you. If this video made you think about your own relationship, then it has done its job. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that love is not about control, fear, or attachment. It is about character, patience, and inner strength. If you learned something valuable today, take 1 second to like this video. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people who need this wisdom. Share this video with someone who is struggling in their relationship. Sometimes one idea can change a whole life. And if you want more videos on Stoicism, self-control, and real wisdom for modern life, subscribe to the channel and stay with us on this journey.